the Flame Central podcast.
We're here.
Presented by OrthoVirginia. We're here.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I'm a disaster. I know
Total disaster.
You know, like
Trump would call you a total disaster.
I know that is a complete shock.
I think at this point,
but
it's just more or less I don't know if we have to say it every week.
Yeah, just assume it.
Right.
Folks, just understand this is what you're going to get for a few,
this is
just for a while. We'll get Emily back, but right now she's working through some logistics with babysitting.
Yeah.
She's got, kids crying. It's a roller coaster.
This is what happens.
It's tough.
Matt is just stable.
Yeah.
Matt Warner, stable, whatever.
Stable.
I'm an emotional disaster.
I'm a wild card.
Joe's a little flighty. Like, you never know quite where Joe's going to be.
Has vacation problems.
Well,
travel
I'm
problems.
a wild card.
You're a wild card.
A wild card. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
But you know what matters is we're all here.
We're here together.
We all made it.
It's one big happy family.
Another great Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. After Joe's trip to Montana, I'm surprised he's not visiting OrthoVirginia, which is the largest orthopedic practice in Virginia, with 150 specialists in 35 locations across the state.
He did send us video of him biting it pretty hard.
I mean, I didn't bite it pretty hard.
I mean,
I bit it.
You bit it.
But you know what's funny about that? Is that I skied probably somewhere between 6 to 8 hours a day for 3 days straight.
Wow.
I mean, Joey Shreds was.
You could tell, little thinner.
Joey Shreds was on a roll.
Do that one more time.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, got hips like a paint mixer, and so Joey Shreds out, and so I, down the run. Well, my son-in-law decides, hey, film Joey Shreds.
Yeah.
So he's back filming, and that was the
one time.
Well, there was twice.
Okay.
That was. I gotta tell the story on the other one.
Okay.
That was the one time I wiped out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we can drop that in if we remember.
I'll try to remember. It's a little crazy.
If not,
we'll try to remember. Hey, we have a great show coming your way.
Flames hoops rolling.
Men's hoops staying perfect.
Yeah.
9-game winning streak. Still perfect at home.
Yeah.
Still perfect in Conference USA.
Who's coming on the show?
Warm, hot, and fuego. Let's go in fuego with men hoops.
The unicorn.
I already did this segment for you.
The unicorn.
The unicorn.
Zach Cleveland coming on the show.
The unicorn, Zach Cleveland,
We'll talk
is
about
coming
that.
on the show.
Second time.
The unicorn.
Second or third? How many times
Is this his second appearance?
It's a second.
I'm not sure,
second.
but he is just such a gem.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to having him on.
Just hit his 1,000th point this past week. So perfect time.
The big three.
The big three have all scored 1,000 this year.
So we'll talk plenty about men's hoops. Also, if you didn't see yesterday, Demario Douglas, the former Flame, in the end zone
Touchdown.
for the Patriots. We'll kind of speculate, will the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl?
Quick answer on that one.
Yeah, quick answer. That's
Bo Nick's out.
That's almost too easy.
Too easy. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, men's hoops, like I said, it's almost like beautiful to watch, right?
Oh, it is.
Just like in rhythm, these guys. I don't think that it was very fun, like for Coach McKay or the group, like that last stretch of. We're talking about the UTEP game. Do we want to start?
Well, yeah, both. They blew
game?
17-point leads in both games at home. You end up winning by, was it 1 or 2 over? I was 1, wasn't it? Over New Mexico State.
On Thursday, yep.
And then
chalk it up, W.
17-point lead in the first half to
Joe's
UTEP.
looking at the box score.
Big W.
Joe, listen, I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, tell me.
They're up 17 in the first half, and then in like a 2-minute span, almost give it all back to a 3-point lead at the break. The best part about that was Emily's interview with Richie McKay going into the half, which was the shortest interview she has ever done with Richie McKay.
So, going into it,
he was not pleased.
As the lead was dwindling, I'm like, why does this always happen? We were playing so well, and then now we're going to mess it up. So my interview with Richie is going to be so awkward. So going into it, I was like, this is bad.
This is not the time to joke.
This is not
So Emily
the
just
time
goes
to
like real quick, something like, Coach, what do you got to do to get the defense back on track? And he's like, we took our foot off the gas. 3 games in a row we've done this. It's got to stop. Thanks. And he walks out, and he just walks out. That was it.
I respect
Boom.
that.
Done. It was like, all right.
Don't even give me an opportunity.
Emily's like, well, I had one. What do you want to follow? No, nothing.
No,
That was it.
I was not going to ask a second question.
That was good.
And he didn't give me the opportunity to do so.
Good.
But,
no joking around when you give up 3 in a row.
But what matters most, Liberty got the win.
W.
But in both games. But yeah, a little concerning, like with the whole letting the foot off the gas thing. But hey, at least you're getting experience in those late game situations. I mean, this is a veteran group. I don't know if you really need that.
Here's the thing, like like within a season, like you're gonna have some duds. Like you're gonna have some games where it just doesn't go right. The interesting thing with Liberty is they've kind of been able to limit that to like New Mexico State was maybe a half. UTEP, maybe it was like 4 minutes. Yeah. Like they're able to kind of limit how long they struggle. And, I mean, then you look at the end of the game and you say, oh, wow, Liberty shot almost 60% from the field against UTEP. Like, they are so good offensively that even though on the defensive end they've had some issues at times, maybe they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit, maybe they struggle on the boards at times, like they are just so stinking good offensively, and it's not even shooting threes anymore. Like they only made 7 threes. In fact, can I hit my early number that matters? Do we have you worked on up a little song or jingle yet?
He's still looking at the box.
They're just simple numbers that matter.
That was pretty good on the fly. Hey. Is that what you were doing on your flight back from Montana? You're like, Dina, what do you think about this one?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Actually, it was the guy in the middle seat that I talked about.
Yeah. Oh,
he's like, I like that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
You said an economy?
Oh, stop it.
I thought you were powered by
Dude, give me numbers that matter.
Yeah. In non-conference play, Liberty made 11.5 threes per game, one of the best in the nation in threes made per game. In CUSA play, only about 8.5. So 3 fewer threes per game, and yet Liberty's shooting 52% from the field in conference play, 5% better than anyone else in the league. So they have made that adjustment where it's like, if you want to come take away the three, and that's what teams typically have started to do against Liberty, we're going to run you off the three-point line. Like, that's fine. We can score at the rim. Zach Cleveland, who we're going to talk to in a minute, started the game 9 of 9 from the field. Most of it was people trying to take away threes. Zach cuts to the hoop, hit them, layup. Brett Decker has gotten better and better and more confident in driving the basketball and scoring. Everybody knows he shoots 50% from 3.
Yeah.
You're trying to take that away, he can beat you off the dribble, and he has. So you're seeing them kind of evolve and figure it out. And that's what you've talked about before, Joe, about how it's an old team. They figure these things out on the fly. They're like, that's fine. We don't have to hit 10-plus threes. That was something we talked about at times last year. That magic number seems to be like 10-3. That's not the case anymore. That's not the case anymore. Yeah. Like they can beat you other ways. And Josh Smith, obviously, you throw that in there too because he's getting to the rim and he's going to the line a lot. So they're finding other ways to do it, and they're still doing it at a really, really high level.
They really are. And, because this group has played together so long and they're such veteran guys, I don't know if it was the UTEP personnel that we were talking to or they said it on the broadcast maybe in the New Mexico State game, but I think it was it Zach made a pass before Caden was even there, or maybe vice versa, and it was just like they know, and I mean, they know that they have that that chemistry with each other, that they know that they're going to be in that spot, and that's again hard to defend against when.
And every team, every coach we talk to is like, this is the hardest scout in the league. Yeah. They're like, they do things no one else does. They figure stuff out quicker, and like they know each other. Like all these teams in Conference USA are trying to get new groups still to play well together. All these new pieces, and Liberty's like, we've been doing this for 3-4 years. Yeah, and we talked about it before the game. J.J. Harper is a new piece on this team, but man, he has fit in so seamlessly. Right. And you know that if you're playing defense, Coach McKay is going to like you. He is just fun. And you don't need him to score. That's the other thing. Like you look at all these other teams in the league, you bring in all these pieces, and you need those guys to be leading you in scoring. Mm-hmm. You need these new guys to be major contributors on the offensive end. For Liberty, that's not the case. J.J. Harper has the luxury of being able to come in and be like, I'll just give you whatever you need tonight. Right. Like, is it just defend the best player on the other side and score 4 points? I can do that. And is it score 20 when I have the open shots available? I can do that. Because you don't need to rely fully on him in his first year in this program. You know what else I like, too? I like the fact that it's basically a 7-man rotation. It is. And people always say, oh, they're playing too many minutes, all that stuff. I don't buy into that. Yeah. Right? Like when you find, like sometimes you got to go through 8, 9, 10 guys in order to find what your rotation is and find like the guys that work really well together. But when you can find that and you can narrow it down to 7 people, to me, like these dudes are in fantastic shape. Yeah. Like I think the amount of minutes you play, say, oh, he's playing too many minutes, is overrated. Like when you get a 7-man rotation and these dudes are got the synergy going, baby. They got the synergy going, baby. I mean, I think you just stick to it and you ride with it. Yeah, I mean, if nobody else emerges, Richie's shown he's not just going to throw someone out there that he doesn't think is ready. It disrupts. Like when you think when things are going well, and then you throw, well, we have to steal
3 or 4 minutes for Zach Cleveland with this guy or whatever it may be. It's like, no, it's like, because then that disrupts it. And then when you get into like the really upper echelon, they're sitting 7-0 in the conference. Yeah. But then when you get in the upper echelon games, right, guess what happens at that point? That dude ain't coming in. Right? So why not right now? So what? You have to play a few more extra minutes. You're just creating more chemistry, and you've got your rotation figured out, which I like.
Matt's doing a piece on Katie Matheny about like the where it tracks how much he runs and all that. So that'll be coming your way here in the next couple weeks. Really excited about that. Xander Carter in this game was really impressive. He played 17 minutes coming off the bench, true freshman.
He is that seventh guy.
I feel like he is that like such a good spark.
And he's another guy too that doesn't have to score when he's out there. I think he had 2 points maybe. I think he's been better defensively than you'd expect a true freshman to be, who came in having scored 1 million points, and that was kind of his calling card. He's been very solid as a true freshman. Again, you don't need these guys coming off the bench to score a ton.
Right.
That's not what they need to do. Defend, get some rebounds, keep the ball moving. You'll be fine.
Even though Liberty won by 11, it was a pretty chippy match and did get a little close there because of Blackwell of UTEP. He was just like nailing shots. And man, there was a point where he looked over and like winked at Coach McKay going into a timeout. Coach McKay did not like that.
He and Colin Porter were John a little bit too.
Oh, and Colin Porter
he gave it back to him.
Talking too.
I want to talk to Zach about that a little bit. But Colin Porter is like, so you get two styles, right? You get Blackwell, who like he hits a three. He's like backpedaling down the court, talking all this stuff.
To Liberty's bench.
Colin Porter gets a bucket. And then he gets up into you to guard you on the inbound, and he's just like whispering
chirping your ear.
Yep.
It's like not everyone sees that.
Yeah.
Everyone sees the at midcourt where you're. So like Colin Porter kind of under the radar will get in, and he'll give it back to you a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually listening to the UTEP people's podcast before, and they do not like Colin Porter for that reason. They're like, everyone thinks that he's so goody two-shoot. He really talks so much trash, and they absolutely hate his headband. And honestly, I didn't really I knew that he wore a headband, but I did not look into the headband that much. Yeah. Man, he is making some people mad in El Paso about that headband.
We did a little My Moment with him earlier in the year, and he was talking about his freshman season, where there was a moment where like a guy had been chirping at him, he hits a big shot, and he kind of said something, and he said to us, he was like, I gave it back to him, but I kept it PG, guys. I want you to know I kept it PG. So he wants to make sure everybody is aware of that. Yeah.
Later in the podcast, we'll wait for the end, a little teaser at the end. Got a great trash talking story.
Oh, dude, good.
Yeah,
well, we'll get
great trash talking
Can we talk 1 second?
Yes, we'll talk about that. But another funny part of the broadcast that I wanted to tell Joe about, because I know that he missed it and is going to play it back today.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
In the office.
Was in the McKay, one of the McKay huddles, he goes, play with emotion, but don't play emotional. And Matt on the broadcast is like, I've been trying to tell Emily that for years.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
finally got it to hit home.
So people that watch this.
Wait, you said that on the broadcast?
He said that.
People that watch this, they get that. Yeah. After I said it, I was like,
people probably don't know.
There's probably, there's people that don't know this.
Wait, what's he talking about?
And Nas was like, I'm not getting in the middle of this. So that's what he folled up with. I'm like,
did Nas say that?
Yes.
I'm not getting in the middle.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that.
It was hilarious, though. A little inside jokes, but it was funny, and hopefully all the Flaming Center podcaster listeners got the joke.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about something that was interesting pre-game.
Yes.
Isaiah Ihnen was going through the warm-up line.
Yeah, full uniform.
Full uniform. I go, Coach McKay, what's going on? Is Ihnen playing? Like, is he available? And he goes, yeah. No, he's not going to play. And I'm like, okay, well, what does this mean?
Right.
And
it's the next step.
I guess post-game.
Yeah, I got the quote.
Let's hear it.
Post-game, Richie was asked about it. And he said, this is Richie's quote, I said earlier this season that he is out for the season. I think he has a chance to return. He has to get a brace. He has to go through practice. His return to play is being very closely scrutinized. So, they told us, knees, had ACL tears, this thing is the fourth, whatever.
Good.
And so he hasn't had surgery.
I guess by that point, you can just work.
There is some precedent. Some people might remember DeJuan Blair. He played at Pitt, and he played in the NBA for 7 years with the Spurs, I think the Bulls. He famously played basically his whole college and pro career with no ACLs. He messed them up in high school.
Stop.
The repair didn't take. he didn't have ACLs.
Wild.
So he played his 7-year NBA career. Big, strong power forward. He's not like a guard that's shaking everybody, right? But big power forward play. Another guy I found, Iowa wrestler Spencer Lee, wrestled and won an NCAA championship, having torn both ACLs. In fact, he tore one of them like a week before he won the national championship.
You've been on the World Wide Web.
So there are some guys I haven't.
I was just about to say, someone actually prepared.
Somebody went on the World Wide Web.
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, so there is precedent.
Someone has to.
It'll be interesting to see with a brace what that means. But if you're able to get, I don't even know how you quantify it, but if you're able to get 75% or 70% of Isaiah Ihnen, that, even if it's 8 minutes a game with his length, that's interesting.
Yep.
I don't know what that looks like, but I don't know. Listen, he's been through so much. He's gone through so many rehabs. I think if this were a freshman, Coach McKay would be like, dude, no way. Mm-hmm. No, we're in the surgery. We're playing the long game here. But if you're Isaiah Ihnen and you're like, listen, man, I don't care. Just give me a chance to get back out there, and I'll drag up and down the court and give you everything I got. This is it. This is it for me. I'm not doing all that again. I think because of the stage of his career, that you're more likely to say, okay. And Richie's talked about it. He's like, this kid's been through so much. We want to just give him whatever we can, And so that's interesting. Remember, before he got hurt, he was looking like he might be one of the best players in this league.
I know.
He was dominant.
Man, that's
so that is interesting.
That OrthoVirginia is nationally recognized.
Well, maybe they're getting involved. I don't know.
Provide advanced surgical and non-surgical care.
There's the non-surgical
to patients of all ages and of people of all sizes, like Isaiah Ihnen.
And some of it probably depends on the severity. There's all different. So did you tear your MCL or your LCL? Did it? You know what I mean? Depending on the strength of those other ligaments in there, maybe you're
we need to have a physician from OrthoVirginia come on to tell us a little bit more about it. Diagnose. And see the treatment and all of that.
And obviously, we don't know all the ins and outs of the medicals on him, but you just kind of speculate.
It is very interesting.
The fact that Richie would even say, which we all know, he doesn't just go talking a lot.
Yeah.
The fact that he would say there is a chance for him to return is huge.
Wait, did he say that he's practicing or no?
He said he has to get a brace. He has to go through practice.
Go through practice. Okay. So probably hasn't gone through practice.
Yeah,
yet.
no. So, but that's.
I'd say don't hold your breath on that one.
Maybe so, but Richie's not just throwing that out there just to get people excited. He's not just trying to create a buzz. Mm-hmm. So that part of it makes you think maybe it's legitimate. Maybe there's a legit chance. Okay.
Yeah, exciting stuff. All right, before we dive any more deeper into these Flames hoops, let's go to this conversation with Zach Cleveland. Okay, the unicorn himself is here.
Do you appreciate that nickname, by the way?
Yeah.
It's kind of really grown a lot here in recent weeks.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, the picture was a little much, but...
Can we pull that up? Hold on.
Yeah.
There. All right, so here we go. Here's the comparison. I'll get out of the way here. So,
you're not an angry unicorn. You're a happy unicorn.
We have to give the backstory first.
The bottom one's better.
The backstory is Coach McKay in every single press conference has called Zach Cleveland the unicorn.
Yeah.
His skill set are so unique and rare.
Yeah.
And
he loves rainbows and butterflies.
Oh my gosh. No, so I am afraid to put ChatGPT on my phone.
Right.
So I asked Matt, can you work your graphic magic and give me a Zach Cleveland unicorn? And he gives me this crazy.
I thought it was awesome. I was going to print it and give it to you as a poster on senior day.
He was going to print it.
Angry.
That's a legit picture, though.
Yeah.
I think that was after your first big dunk in game 1, maybe, where you were staring at the bench.
Looks like I have some acorns in my jaw over there, though.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
So then I said back to Matt, I'm like, Matt, I need something. I was thinking more like,
friendly,
like the grass, breeze and the rainbow.
So
then he goes, oh my gosh, okay, Emily, and gives me this. And I asked Zach before the game which one he prefers. And he said my grandma.
Yeah, I think it was better when we just let the audience picture it in their own heads and it
yeah.
But now they have an actual thing to put it to.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, this is something from
Narnia.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Straight out of Narnia.
And then this is the Little Pony.
Yeah, My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
All right, sorry about that.
Okay, Ken. Yeah, let's not.
Let's
go back to the. There we go. Much better. But the unicorn. So, do you like the nickname, or you're thinking?
Have you had any other nicknames either during your whole life?
Not so much. I mean, everyone. So I used to have the afro, especially my freshman year, and then Mayo Baxter Bell took me to his black barber, and then after that it was instead of Zach it was Z-Rock.
Z-Rock.
That's not Zach, that's Z-Rock, and so that's been my nickname for the career here. But yeah, the unicorn. I'll take it. I mean, I think it's a good representation.
It's a positive.
It's a positive. You want a unicorn. There's not many of those around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Zach, I think one of the coolest things I've heard Coach McKay, other than the unicorn, say about you is that you'll be able to, it's fun to see like how teams will play you, and it's a puzzle to figure that out, but you've been able to do that really in the first 4 minutes of a game before they get to that first time out. How have you seen your game grow, and how have you been able to do that, figure out those defenses and how they're playing you?
Yeah, I think it's a confidence thing. I mean, obviously everyone kind of learned that I love to pass and I love to rack up the assists and get my teammates involved, but so then you see other teams kind of latching onto those guys and making me play one-on-one, and I'm like, I mean, I'm fine with doing that too. So I think the confidence piece has really grown a lot from last year, just having that, putting in the reps and just being able to go out there and know that if they're going to play me one-on-one, I'm going to go score, and I'll score. I'll take 20 points. Like I'm not mad at that either.
Yeah.
So I think it's really tough. You just got to kind of pick your poison against us, and no one's found the right one yet. So.
That's awesome.
Do you feel like year one in Conference USA, you're the new guys, everybody's kind of trying to figure it out. Last year, you'd been preseason picked 5th, so maybe people weren't expecting a lot. Do you feel like now this year, having won the league a year ago, teams are getting up for you guys in a different way? Like it's like you got the target on your back. Do you sense it's I'm just thinking like 2 conference opposing coaches have gotten teed up here at Liberty Arena. Does it feel like a different kind of level of intensity this year, the way teams are approaching you?
Yeah, I think last year it was easier for us to kind of sneak up on someone. Like, you'll catch them on the wrong night. You're like, oh, we're playing Liberty. It is what it is. But every night, people know that we're preseason. They know that we're number one. Like coaches, they're not letting us slide under the radar anymore. So you definitely feel every game is very, very intense, and you kind of feel that. There's definitely a target on our back for sure, and I think we've owned it. And Coach McKay reminds us every practice. So we definitely feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about like just having you guys, this group of guys together for so long. Like Coach McKay talked about, hey, we can beat you in multiple different ways from what you take away, what a defense tries to take away from you guys. So how's it been, and how have you guys seen your game together as a team grow, especially with Colin and Caden, and how have you guys seen that where you're able to beat teams in multiple ways?
Yeah, I think the biggest part of that, when you say that, I just think of our maturity. I mean, we're like one of the least teams in the country that plays like bench minutes. Like we play the starters a lot, but yet our team is so connected and like together, and I think that's really special because it'd be easy for guys to get jealous or like just be like, bump that, like I'm not playing, so I'm not gonna be invested. But we really got a team full of guys who go at each other in practice, and like the unity we have is really special. And speaking to the playing part, I think everyone just like throws herself out there, and it's different in every game. Like JJ, sometimes he's just guarding the best player, he's guarding the best guard, guarding the best big guy. Sometimes he scores 20 points, sometimes he scores 2 points, and it's like everyone's willingness to do whatever it is for that specific game leads to us being able to beat you in multiple ways. It's like there's not one way to kind of play us because everyone is so elusive and selfless. It's like they're like I'm willing to not take the shots if I don't need if there's someone else is open. And it's like no one's selfish, and so I think that's what
do those usually play out where you go into a game with a scout that you have like here's our scout. This is like you said, one guy, you may score 20 points this game, but this game, our scout is completely different.
Yep.
You're expected to do this.
Yep.
Do you usually have before the game starts that exactly not exactly, but how it will play out, and then you just make adjustments during the game?
Yeah, that's 100% right. We have a kind of idea going in, but it's funny enough this year that some other coaches on their interviews have spoke to it. Teams have actually like switched up their what they've done all year and like going into our game, which is like it's obviously tough to do as well.
You're in their heads a little bit.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna switch it up, and like they've spoke to other coaches have spoke to it. It's like they just figure it out on the fly, and it's like Coach Johnson is next level, and like he has something like set up for whatever they do. And so it's like, oh, they're doing this. Okay, well, we've practiced this, this, and this. Oh, they're doing this. It's like we have certain things for every single coverage, every single thing to where it's like practice out there.
You're better at chess.
Yeah, that's actually how Richie described it. You know, a lot of selfless guys on this team. However, Josh Smith did say that you are a little selfish when you're, flirting with those triple doubles. You'll start to box him out for those.
I asked him. I said, are there ever times where it's actually getting close and the shot goes up and you're like, that's mine, like mine. I'm trying to get this triple double. So he said no. He said you're pretty selfish.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, at the beginning of the year, they were because maybe the not so important games. Kyle would kind of whisper to me, he'd be like, "You need 2 more rebounds." I'd be like, "Oh, come on, coach, put me in."
Yeah.
But now we don't talk about it.
Not so important.
Very chill like that.
Nice
I want to talk to you. You crossed 1,000 points, and it was funny in that moment that
they grew up so fast.
You get fouled, and you get fouled, and you immediately just turn it, and Caden Matheny's cracking up as well.
Yep.
You get your 1,000th point at the free throw line.
Yep.
How perfect was that? And what was it? Had you two kind of talked about that beforehand?
Yeah, so a few days, 4 or 5 days before Bill told me I was 5 points away before the last game, I was like, okay. I was like, Caden, we were walking in the car. I was like, it's going to be on a free throw. I was like, it's gonna. He's like, no, it's not. I'm going to either Colin's going to pass it to you and you're going to dunk it and that's going to be it. I'm like, it's going to be on a free throw. And so I totally forgot about it. I had 4 points in the first half. And I'm looking at, I was like, how you look up at the score. At halftime, they have the points up there. I'm like, Caden, I just need 1 more point.
It's going to be a free throw.
And he's like, I get fouled second play of the second half. And I look at him and I'm just cracking up. And as funny as it was honestly a special moment. I think, I've obviously had my struggles at the free throw line, but it's been a battle that I've kind of had and I had to invite God to help me with. And it just kind of showed that how involved God is on every step of the way, just being in that moment and being able to knock down 2 free throws and just feel that it was just pure joy and it was a special moment for me.
It's proper.
I'm crying.
Oh, don't start postpartum crying.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And you made 5 of 6 that game, and you needed every one of them.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Yeah, that was so cool. And so cool for you three that we talk about that group to all hit 1,000 points here at Liberty the same season.
It's
in
special.
fact, and you probably heard it. I know Bill Smith came up with the stat. Liberty, Purdue, the only 2 teams in the nation with 3,000 point scores at the same school from all 1,000 at the same school.
Yeah, I'm sure that might not ever happen again nowadays.
Yeah, it may not. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that has to be a rarity.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you had a big decision coming back to Liberty this year. Was it much of a decision and thought for you? And why did you make the decision to return?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think.
Oh, she got it. It's a good question.
I didn't even tell him that on the walk here. I did not even say.
It was all right. It was
a
solid.
Everyone always says that's a great question to them, and I never get that. So that's another inside joke.
Okay. I think more in my sophomore year when I was, maybe not so big in my faith. My sophomore year was like, okay, maybe I might check out other options. But after my junior year, just knowing how much Coach McKay was really with me. That was maybe a tougher year on me mentally, and so just how much he's invested in me. It was an easy decision because you just can't replicate what I get off the court, spiritually, what I get fed and what I get on every day. I mean, we're in the film room listening to worship songs, listening to watching clips every day, and it's everyone that says the thing, it's not a 4-year decision, it's a 40-year decision, right. And I feel like I definitely am capable of going out and impacting the room now, but it was too special of a room to leave, so.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
awesome.
that is just
cool.
That right there is a recruiting pitch in itself for
and it's rare.
Other athletes.
More and more rare places around the country. I want a less serious topic.
Okay.
Watching the game Saturday against UTEP.
Yep.
Blackwell, their guard's going off.
Yeah.
He's just talking.
Yeah.
He's getting in, talking to Colin. Mm-hmm. Colin comes back and scores, and we're talking. Colin get up in his ear and talk a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Who's the best trash talker on the team, if there is one? But has there ever been in your career someone talking trash to you, whether it's a fan or player, and you're like, this is just ridiculous? It almost makes you laugh. It was so bad. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah. More in the past. In the past, I would say I was the best trash talker, which was not a good thing, and I had to work that one out. Taking the tongue, gotten a lot better.
I was gonna guess you, Zach. I was gonna guess.
Yeah, and I was the one instigating it sometimes. I would say now, I wouldn't say anyone specifically. Yeah. Maybe JC in practice. He's me and him kind of go out a little bit, but I guess there have been some funny stories, and some were just too far. And I think there's some guys where it's friendly banner, and it's you're just going back and forth, having competitive, and you can keep it light. And then one time, I'm not gonna say any names. He said he was gonna kill me, and I was like, ref.
I just got threatened by life. My life just got
this
threatened.
Guy seems pretty serious. I I'm gonna stop. He's like, ref, he just said this to me, like, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna kill him. I'm like, I didn't go through the handshake lines.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if this guy's serious.
Yeah.
And from that point on,
Give
I
you
was
a little
like,
jab.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Wow.
Okay,
my gosh, we'll have to learn who that is.
Yeah.
Let that one be.
Have you noticed? I know Conference USA has always been a pretty physical league. Is it another level this season? Would you say?
Yeah, there are some. The athleticism is definitely like it's always been a step up from the ASUN, but it is a big difference, and I think that guys did a good job in our conference in the portal. The coaches did a good job of getting guys from who knows where, and they're
That's
they're
about right. Who
Yeah.
knows where? Yeah.
Can't keep track
It's
anymore.
crazy.
Yeah.
Last thing for me, like we talk a lot about the minutes.
Yeah.
Right? They're being accrued throughout a season. Do you feel that? Do you sense that? Like, or do people like us make too big of a deal about like, oh man, they're averaging 36 minutes a game or whatever it is? Is that too big of a deal? Like, do you feel it?
I mean, it depends the game. Some games are more intense than others. I mean, after like the FIU overtime game, I mean, I was in the airport sitting down in the customs, trying to walk through security. But our coach does a really good job and Coach Hornet's elite at making sure we're ready for the game. So it's like our prep is like specifically. I mean, it might be different for the guys who are playing lots than the guys. So they're making sure the guys playing less are getting more reps in practice, and us that we're more ready and tuned up for the game. So it makes you appreciate. I don't know how the NBA guys play 82 games. It's like I finally get the load management part on them. I won't blame LeBron for skipping out a game. So there's definitely an aspect to it, but coach does a good job of making sure we're okay.
Yeah. All right.
It's pretty cool. Before Saturday's game, I was talking to Jamal West on UTEP, and I was like, I'm sure you've watched a little bit of film on Zach Cleveland and how to guard him if you're going to guard him a little bit tonight. And he's like, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it, but I love his game. Like you got to give credit where credit's due, which I think is pretty cool that he was able to like give your game that respect. But then you came out and you had like 3 blocks on his shots.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think Jamal really likes the game that much when he's playing against
That actually
you.
makes me think of like, who is another guy in the conference that you look at and you go, ooh, that guy, I really like that guy.
I like Weston from Middle Tennessee. We haven't played him yet, but he's a good guy. I mean, it was kind of that we had that fun little trash talk going back and forth, guarding each other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that matchup. He's a good dude. So
yeah, that's a big one. You only get him once this year, so that's a huge game. Yeah.
Well, when you're last, this is obviously for your last go around here with your guys. Where do you see this team going? What's the ceiling for this basketball team?
I mean, obviously a long ways to go, but we after last year, we said last year our kind of goal in the back of our head was just get to March Madness. Right? But I think we want to win a game, and I think we have to take our lessons from each loss and each close game. Like even the last couple of games, we got to continue to get better. But I think we got a chance to hopefully win a game in the big dance, and obviously want to get back there. And long ways to go, but I think we're capable.
Love it.
We'll talk a little bit about it in the mailbag later in the show, but I want to ask you about these runs. You guys gave up 2 17-point leads. What is the vibe like between you guys, and how much responsibility are you guys taking of, hey, we got to get back on track? Or what do you think is the root cause for those, moments that you guys are taking your foot off the gas? Because once you guys get late in the season, you're not going to be able to really mess with that.
I'm sure we're going to, because we had off yesterday, so I'm sure we're going to have a good talk today but because it's like, obviously you can tell someone, I mean, don't give up a big run. It's like, how do you turn a 17-2 run into a 6-0, like just leave it at a 6-0 run. And I think it's just, as players, like you're the ones on the court, like coach can only do so much. And just, I think we are a bunch of nice guys sometimes, so it's like sometimes we can be cutting each other slack, and it's like, okay, like Caden's like, oh, Zach's fine, like Zach's my buddy, like I don't want to get on him for this mistake, or like I'm like, I know Colin's like gonna get right, but I think taking accountability and getting on each other a little more in the moment, just out of love and just out of competitiveness, of being like, just a little quicker on the response time.
Yeah, awesome.
That's been a fun year, man.
Well, hey, you guys pulled off Saturday's win. I love that you're, taking a 3 at the end of the game. It means that things,
You were 9 for. Did you know? You had to know you were. I don't know if you knew you were 9 for 9.
I did.
Like if that 3 had gone and it was online, just a little short. It looked good out of the hand.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many guys have been 10 for 10 from the field. In the
that would
game
have been awesome.
Like that.
I had no clue, but I don't regret taking it.
It looked good. It looked good.
He's like, hey, if I have the green light,
late
in the game,
Take it.
I'm taking it.
I'm
taking it. Zach Cleveland, so happy to have you here on the mountain. It's been so cool to see, your life change really on and off the court. It's
Absolutely.
been a joy.
Thank you guys so much.
I know you're not supposed to do this, but I want a cool nickname like Unicorn.
There's been some around the office.
There's been a few.
Stop!
There's been a few.
Gosh, are you kidding me?
There's been a few behind your back. Behind your back. That's a great story. My sister-in-law. My sister-in-law. She finally shares us now, but I'm not saying that she played for Liberty's basketball, the women's basketball team, and she was talking trash to one of her teammates one time, right? And I was like, you can't talk about your team like that. She said, well, at least I didn't say it to her face.
Okay, that makes it better. Yeah.
Hey, the Unicorn.
So that's sort of what we're doing to Emily, right? Hey, Emily, these
guys
names
are
that we
so
called
mean.
you, at least we haven't said them to your face.
So mean. I don't know why I come back to this show every week, but Zach Cleveland, such a goat. We are going to miss him.
When it's all said and done,
he's
probably going to be one of the top 10 or 12 players in program history.
Yeah.
He's been that great.
Just does it all.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so the men will go on the road to Western Kentucky Wednesday and then back home on Saturday to host Delaware. Matt and I are on that call on Saturday, so that'll be interesting because this is usually my job, but Matt just mentioned the forecast off camera. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow.
I saw, according to my weather app on the phone, it said 6 to 8 inches Saturday. I checked in with my favorite meteorologist, Rhett McGibbon.
That's your job.
He checked
I know.
He
I
said
don't know why I come back.
his models are showing the same thing. So it does look like we could be in for some snow this weekend.
You know what?
Interesting.
This is one area that I will wholeheartedly defend Emily on. She is the team meteorologist.
When it comes to snow,
You go
to the
Canadian.
You go to the
above
Canadian, not the
border.
Floridian.
Yeah, right.
That will be interesting. However, Delaware will be busing, and they'll probably bus on Friday.
Yeah, and they don't have a midweek game. Delaware's off in the midweek. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. There was one time, and we lived in Alta Vista. This is probably 7-8 years ago, where we got a bunch of snow. We could not get out. We were out on this little gravel road. So I had to put my suit in a bag, hike, it's like a half mile, whatever, up to the highway, to 29.
Please tell me you
And
hitchhiked.
Matt Bird, who was our producer at the time, pulled over on the shoulder, and I hopped in to get to the game to call the game.
If you would have hitchhiked, I would have
The
put
whole
you
way.
in legendary
That would have been
status.
legendary. I ride in the back of a truck
Yes,
or
with
something.
your suit?
Yeah, that would have been.
Pick 'em up.
Come up.
Some Billy Bob pulls over in
Yeah.
a rackety old
Yeah.
truck. Is like, hop in, big guy.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
We'll have Joe's trash talk story in just a moment, but women's basketball continues to struggle. Lost on the road at Delaware. Delaware's first win in Conference USA.
Liberty without Ife Nwabi, she was hurt. She's a double-double candidate every
Right.
night, so that obviously didn't help theirs. They lost by 7. They're at Western Kentucky on Thursday now. Yeah. Need to bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to bounce back.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, and then Western Kentucky Thursday, and then going to their biggest rival, Middle Tennessee, next weekend. So we'll see if they're able to turn things around in this next road trip. Hey, so Super Bowl talk real quick. If Demario does make, and the Patriots, does make it to the Super Bowl, which looks good with Bo Nix out, is Matt Warner and the crew going to San Francisco?
100%.
You don't think Jarrett Stidham is the guy to?
I don't believe.
You laugh about it now. Wait till he does it.
You don't believe?
Wait till he does it.
I don't listen. People are counting out the Broncos.
Yeah.
Their defense is nasty.
Yes.
I know.
They could keep it in him. If Stidham doesn't go full CJ Stroud in their game, they'll have a chance.
Well, and that's the thing. Yesterday, that game with the Texans is, Drake May turned it over. He
fumbled 4 times.
He fumbled 4 times. Now 3 of those probably weren't his fault. He was in the backside getting ready to throw the ball and gets knocked out. But if Houston doesn't turn it over the way they turned it over, they probably win that game. So don't think if Patriots have a bunch of turnovers. I don't care who's at quarterback.
And it's at Denver.
And it's at Denver. You could have it could be a heck of a ball game.
That'll be interesting. I was kind of rooting for the Broncos because of Bo Nix, but then when he got hurt, I'm like, now I'm mad that.
What
Josh
a roller
Allen
coaster for their fans.
I know.
Like, you win, huge win, all celebration, and then like 20 minutes later, it's like, what?
Finding out my quarterback
He's gone.
Yeah.
Seattle looks unstoppable.
That's I think that's.
I mean,
that's
that defense is nasty.
Yeah. Good. But Demario.
Bam, over the middle.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
So happy for Pop. I mean, can you imagine if Demario Douglas was playing in a Super Bowl? That would be incredible.
Well, I mean, like, I think I tweeted out yesterday, and I kind of missed.
Oh yeah. What
yeah,
was? I don't know what that.
You know what? I was
you
driving
know
home.
what that is?
I was driving home last night,
Yeah.
and I saw. Maybe I had the game on while we were driving home.
Okay.
Which my wife was yelling at me the whole time. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yes.
But when Demario scored this right here,
whatever that is.
and I said to Reese, my 12-year-old in the back seat, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "I have no idea." So he's
Well, hopefully we can
I
work
don't-
that out.
Yeah, I don't know what you just did.
I don't. That's what everybody does. It
yeah,
can't.
I mean,
It can't be
sure.
something.
Don't talk.
No, it can't be something obscene because I mean the NFL's letting them do it,
That's true.
and they're all doing.
You
it.
see how the NFL,
everybody does.
The NFL banned Amon-Ra St. Brown from he did like a nose picking thing. When you get a first down, he like fake pick his nose and flick it.
They
and
like
the
that.
NFL said, "No, you are not
No
doing
nose
that.
picking.
We will penalize you for
Yeah.
that."
So this
it must
right
not
here,
be.
right here can't. I don't know what it means.
Or Roger Goodell hasn't figured it out.
Somebody
Yeah.
go to mailbag and send us an explanation
Okay.
of
Full breakdown, what
full
that is.
breakdown of what
Yeah,
that
we're
means.
too old to know what
Yes.
the new.
But-
or we can just ask Demario.
I know this means raise
Are we
the
getting a mailbag or do we
Well,
get
hold
it?
on, Demario.
Raise the
I will
roof.
say, yeah,
Raise the
we know
roof.
that.
We know that
all
means
know what
raise the
that means.
Oh gosh, we're so
Demario became, as far as I can tell, just the second Flame ever to score a playoff touchdown.
Really,
So
Eric Green's got to be.
Eric Green did
Yeah.
it in '94 and '95 for the Steelers.
Did Eric Green go to the Super Bowl?
No.
They didn't make it.
No, I
You
don't.
don't
I don't
see
think
it?
he was on that team. Although it was the great Neil O'Donnell that threw both of those touchdowns to him. But yeah, I don't think he made the Super Bowl. No.
You know
You know what? We need to retweet the Demario Douglas story and get it circulating on the Patriots airwaves again.
I was at that game when Pittsburgh lost to San Diego in the AFC Championship in Pittsburgh.
Oh, and then San Diego went and got
Diego got
smacked
throttled
by
by the
San Francisco.
49ers.
Stan
Yeah.
Humphries.
Yep. Natron Means.
Natron Means. Yeah, he was great. He was
Yeah.
great.
All right, Joe Yacht, can you give us your trash talk story?
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Keep it brief
This
so
is
that
this
people-
is unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, the people love the stories. It's story time. People love it. Yeah, so we're in Montana, and you have to go across this long catwalk to get over to the other chairlift. And so this guy's coming down, and he's like the coach of the ski team, whatever. And all these little kids are lined up behind him.
Little ducklings.
Little ducklings,
Yeah.
right? There's little ducklings, and so
Joking.
they're lined up. But you got to carry a lot of speed in order to make sure that you make it over there because you'll slow down. So it was like the little kids race team, whatever, right? So I'm in the kids are on the right hand, so I come down the left hand side, and I'm like in a full talk,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And as
keep it
I go by the kid, to little Jimmy, John, whoever it is, I'm like, I literally said, "Come on, buddy, let's race." Like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, just get them tucked up and going, and then just going. So, anyways, I said, "Come on, buddy, let's race." And then, all of a sudden, I'm going over to the chairlift, and the instructor out of nowhere comes over and cuts me off, and I'm like, "Whoa! Like, what's the deal?" And then he grabs me. The dude grabbed me, like both hands on my jacket.
What?
And he was like, "You're talking trash to my kids." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You talking trash. I know what you did. You talking trash to my kids." And I'm like, "Buddy, well, hold on. I didn't talk trash to." And he's like, I know what you did." Like, he was irrational. Like, "I'll have your past taken away from you." Like, he's like,
Don't bring this weak stuff on the slopes, Joe. This isn't your turf. You come out there on his slopes talking trash.
I
What
wasn't
do you
talking
think's gonna
trash.
happen?
I wasn't
What do
talking
you
trash.
think's gonna happen? They don't mess around on the slopes.
I mean, this dude was out of control. And so I'm like I couldn't speak.
I
Like,
would love to have seen
Oh.
Joe's face.
I want
love to
this
have
to be
seen that.
recorded
Yes.
instead of the
oh
wipeout.
my, it was unbelievable. So it was like one of those social situations where like this was going to escalate.
Yeah.
Like everything in me wanted to just.
You should.
I should
Just
have hockey
right with
sweatered
it.
the guy.
Yeah.
Like I would take a jacket over the
Yeah.
top and just giving him one of
Oh,
these.
yeah.
It was like
Love
it was
that.
like that situation.
Yeah.
But he was so rational. I'm like, I can't even talk to this dude. And I was like, whatever, buddy.
Yeah.
Right? And so I just skied off. Well, my son-in-law and Gracie, my daughter, were there, and they lived there, right? They were angry.
At you or the other guy?
No, the other guy.
Okay,
They're not
right.
at me. I didn't do anything.
wrong.
I'm like,
I mean, whatever. We're just getting one side of the story.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
this side of the story is the true side of the story. And so anyways, they go
We need to
back.
track this other guy down.
I know.
Oh, we've been tracked down. He's
really?
been tracked down. So I was like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, I want to enjoy the day. You know, Reese is with
You're
me.
just a
We're skiing.
peaceful guy.
I'm a peaceful guy.
Right.
I'm a man of peace.
Right.
I'm a diplomat, right? Right? And so anyways, they're like, no, we're not letting go. They go find the dude and just like snap a picture of him. And now they've been emailing the Whitefish people there, like, your employees cannot treat like people who show up.
Yeah.
Yes, like we
Customers,
flew across
yeah.
the country to be here.
Maybe
and
next
we're-
time you talk a little smack to some
I need to
six-year-old.
see a picture of him.
You'll think
Oh,
twice.
We got to figure out.
We got it. So
We're
anyways,
gonna
that
drop
was
his name on
something
the Flame
else.
Central
Yeah.
podcast.
He has no idea.
Oh,
He
he
is
had
my
no
friend.
You
idea
give
who
him
he
a,
stopped.
Do you know who I
Do
am?
you know who I am?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Flame Central
Yeah.
podcast?
Still pulled out a mug.
I'll tell you one thing.
Right here.
You know what? And
it.
guess what?
You know, this guy
And
right
guess
here.
what? Hey, buddy.
You know this
hey, buddy,
guy?
I
That's
want
me.
to tell you something. I want to tell you something too.
Yeah.
It used to be powered by Alcoa.
Yeah,
Mortgage.
well, not in.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not in.
No, I'll tell you who's not powered by Alcova Mortgage. That guy.
Oh my gosh, that was bad. It was bad.
You need to mailbag?
Yes, let's get to mailbag, please. Let's wrap it up.
All right, Elton, our old buddy Elton, had a couple of questions for us this week. He wanted to know, first off, what do we think about when these opponents of basketball are making runs, Richie McKay's timeout philosophy?
It's always a hot
I think
topic.
he's wanting to use a timeout a little bit more to try to stop these runs. I would say that usually the way coaches use timeouts is kind of shows you how much trust they have
That's a
in the
very
guys
good
on the
point.
floor.
I was thinking the same.
And I think there's an extreme amount of trust from Richie that the guys out there are going to figure it out, and he doesn't need to get them over and like calm them down or whatever that you typically do. Like he's like, they'll be fine.
Yep.
I may need those timeouts later. I'm not going to burn one now. They'll figure it out. So I think that's
100% agree.
You know, I think that also too in that is that there you have to understand, especially as you go through the season, early in the season, middle of the season, that you have to send the message to your guys that you do need to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I trust you to figure it out, right? But I think what you'll see as you get later into the season and into the tournament, when you start, obviously the further you go, you start playing better and better teams, that leash for Richie will become a lot shorter.
Sure.
Right? So when you're playing in a semifinal game in the tournament, a championship game in the tournament, and you're up and you see these runs going, at that point, you're not going to say, hey, guys, I'm just going to sort of let you figure it out yourselves and play through it. You may see that start to shorten down where he does you. But right now, at this point of the season, like, you have to be able to send the message to your team, like, guys, I'm not bailing you out.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to fight through these things in order for us to be successful. But then down the road, you might see it shorten.
One other question from Elton. He wants to know, so Simeon Cottle, no longer with Kennesaw State, leading scorer, preseason player of the year. He was indicted, one of those athletes indicted for point shaving, allegedly. How will that affect them? And will it, for the better or for the worse? Well, it was better for them this Saturday. They went on the road and whooped up on Western Kentucky. Obviously, a great player, 20 points a game, leading scorer in the conference.
That's insane.
But now that's 20 shots or whatever a game that maybe some other guys are going to be able to take. And it's a good, well-coached team, talented team. So we'll see. You always kind of get that bump. I feel like sometimes it's after a coach gets fired or an injury, that first game where everybody kind of rallies together. And so they did that this week. We'll see long term. Obviously, he's a talented guy that's tough to replace, one of the better players in the league. But that's a crazy
and has
story.
so much experience in tournament play and all.
All right, hold on. Before we go, though,
well.
I know you're getting ready to wrap it up. I do have one thing. Hold on. This
This is
week,
incredible.
My gosh,
This
is so
week-
stupid. We're out of
finally.
time.
this
People.
week,
Finally.
a student is walking through our office,
gosh.
and I hear him go to somebody, do you know what this is? Does this belong to anyone? And I'm like,
yeah, Emily Austin
I think-
paid out of her own paycheck.
I think
for that
I
thing.
scared him because I was like, that's it. Where did you get this? Like, where did you find this? And he was like, I don't, like, what? I'm like, we've been looking all year for this.
Doug put it in the other studio, didn't he?
Not Doug. Someone took it to our other
you blame
studio,
Dougie. Don't you blame Dougie.
And the kid was
Don't
like,
you dare blame Dougie.
I'm gonna grab Doug like the ski instructor.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to our trophy?
The kid was like, oh, it was buried underneath some stuff in the other studio. I'm like, this is
Joe probably put it there when he lost so many years.
No.
I just want to, first off, be able to present this to myself.
Okay, here.
Give a proper presentation.
Congratulations.
On
Before
behalf
this,
of the
I
Flame
felt-
Central Fantasy League, we'd like to present this trophy to Matthew Warner, your 2025 Fantasy League champion.
I had felt a little bit like those kids like during COVID that didn't get a high school graduation. It's like there's just no closure.
You know what? You know
That is
what
so
part of the
funny.
best part of this whole thing is? There was no doubt in both your minds.
Yeah.
Because I had won the year before.
We thought you lost it.
That I had taken the trophy and lost, and I adamantly said no,
Absolutely.
it wasn't
I
me.
did.
But
Emily's
yet,
like,
in both of your minds, you two were
Joe,
like, Joe
I
lost
was-
the trophy.
I
Joe,
was
I
pretty
didn't
sure.
tell you this,
So-
but I was texting people in your office that
Yeah,
work with
yes.
you. I was having Melder
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
around the office
Yeah.
for it. 'Cause
Finally,
I didn't-
justice
we
for
weren't
Joe.
We didn't trust you.
I
But
thought I texted Dina and asked if it was on
Yeah.
his nightstand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
well,
It's buried in the closet.
don't-
No.
yeah. Obviously, I don't like the attention and I like talking about myself.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I am the first 3-time winner.
You know what? 3 times.
And
Twice.
3 straight years winning the Snell scoring system prediction. So, all that to say, this is quite,
I was
quite
on
an honor.
IR. This is
quite
not
an honor.
fair.
Thank you, Evan Dickens' parting gift to me.
Yes.
Was this? Yeah.
Well,
Evan
hopefully
Dickens
one
went
of
to
these
Boston
days
College
we'll be
when
able
I
to
was
talk about some of the transfer portal guys
Someday.
for this Flames football team and have
Hey,
on
when
one of the new
can we
coaches.
start talking
Hopefully
about
next
this?
week.
Hopefully
next week?
We may have to do it from home next week if we get hammered with
Oh,
all this snow.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not trying to get out of work just yet. You know, this is very serious stuff, and the studio setup is very serious.
Yeah.
Have you checked on Baby Kelly?
No, that's why I'm trying to get off the show.
Get on the app.
Real quick, score predictions for the national championship game tonight.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking Indiana big time. I think they'll win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Do you want to do the bet?
Yeah.
So Indiana wins by 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
21-13. That's the Emily bet. I also they're I think an 8.5 point favorite. I think Indiana is just gonna get the job done.
Listen.
Yeah.
Miami's got some players, but they also have some injuries.
What do you always have to tell the folks?
You heard it here
tell the
first.
folks, right, that the ACC
boy.
and the University of Miami stops this little Cinderella run.
Okay.
And it's over tonight.
Wow.
Miami 31, Indiana 30.
Wow.
You heard it first.
See,
I hope it's
at
a
Yacht
close
Talk.
game.
I hope it's
it's
a
good
blowout
game.
so I can go to bed at half.
Yes.
That's what I'm pulling for, but whatever.
But I'm also pulling for CJ Daniels. How cool would it be to have 2 former Flames,
Oh, yeah, that's
one
pretty
in a
cool.
national championship or win a national championship, one potentially win a Super Bowl? I know that I'm just like dreaming this up here, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, anything else, guys?
No.
Good?
No.
All right, well, if it doesn't snow too much, regardless if it does, hitchhike your way to that game next Saturday
Yeah.
It's not
against
gonna
Delaware. Thanks so much for listening or watching. This is the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. For Matt and Joe, I'm Emily. We'll see you right back here next week.